this is successful, this will be the first time that anybody has introduced a restoration project into a marine protected area in Europe.
These days, consumers demand that their brands do the right thing. I also like the idea that we are actually being pioneers.
This is the Dornoch Firth. It's protected for many different reasons, but it doesn't have oysters here, and we want to put oysters back in this system.
On this quiet strip of beach in the Scottish Highlands, between the Glenmorangie Distillery and the North Sea, a high-stakes gamble is underway to restore this protected European marine sanctuary to its 19th century health, replete with the foundations of a fresh oyster reef 4 million deep.
We have, a couple of centuries, if not thousands of years of intervention that have been negative in the marine environment. This is intervention in a very positive way.
We all know that oysters and whiskey go together very well.
Perfect combination.
Government standards requiring that whiskey makers meet energy and water quality standards have led to this moment, and the unique collaboration of business, scientists, and conservationists known as DEEP.
This distillery is like a place of pilgrimage to many fans of the whiskey. But if they come here and they see what we're doing with our environmental enhancement, that will make them think that Glenmorangie is really doing the right thing.
There are not enough oysters in the whole of...
The motivations, environmental and cultural preservation, are equally strong.
The village around the distillery at Tain, we have this acronym or this thing called the Men of Tain, and the Men of Tain are the people who make our whiskey. In a dry science sense, you could say this is a great example of marine restoration, but for me it's also quite emotional because I'm selling Scotland in a very modern way.
If this is successful, then it means that we can stop thinking about trying to maintain baselines, and we can start thinking about trying to get much better outcomes in our environment.
I also like the idea that we are actually being pioneers. First is first, second is nowhere. What is fun about it is that actually there's quite a lot of unknowns.
I love this place. It's quite fascinating, and I also imagine that I'm going to go out in a boat someday in the future, and I'm going to look down and I'm going to be able to see the bottom, because the water quality will be that much better because of all the oysters in the system.
Hopefully in 5-10 years people look back and say, that Deep gang, they did something good.